The farming isn't paying much these ultra-modern days, with the price of pork and the CAP and the foot-and-mouth disease. I was thinking hard of quitting and signing on the brew, but you're shoveling shite and smuggling pigs is all that I can do. So when I heard the rumours, I phoned up right away, and a boyo from the ministry landed out the very next day. Says he, we are looking for a place that's sad and badly run, to try a wee experiment our chaps are working on, to do away with mobile phones. We can install computers and connect your beef and mutton, and you'll be able for to run the place at the touch of one wee button. It would feed your pigs and bullocks and run your milking plant. Says I, my only question would be, would he get a grant? Well, the EEC would pay for all, and so assigned the chit, and soon the place was ankle deep in wires and bullock shit. I offered to clean up the yard, but the boyos didn't mind. They said their job was ankle deep in bullshit all the time. There was hardware men and software men, and all they did was talk, and each one blamed the other when the damn thing didn't work. The bloke that wired the calf house, he got a wee bit stroppy. He complained that our wee heifer had bloated on his floppy. One chap was tearing out his hair and swearing fit to burst. When I asked him what the problem was, it's Microsoft, he cursed. I'm trying to put your windows in and I can't fix all their tricks. Says, hey, there's boys round Kerry put your windows in with bricks. And when the thing was ready, no work was left for me but to lie in bed in splendour and watch Big Brother on TV. The animals had all been trained. For me there was no call, but I used to wander round at times to marvel at it all. The tractor had this guidance thing worked off a satellite. It could go out totally by itself to plough or spread the slurry. It worked all day from dawn to dusk and never thought of skiving, and I never stopped outside the pub like it did when I was driving. The pigs we always reckoned were as happy as could be, rooting round the meadows and clobber to the knee. But now they had a toilet and their own big bathroom suite, and lived in spotless splendour with everything so neat. The boar lived in a special pen with soft romantic lights, and was visited by all the sows, but only weekday nights. The computer scheduled him to rest each Sunday after tea, and put on Miss Piggy videos on his personal TV. It checked each sow's contentment scale after all his sessions, and a little crushed Viagra might be added to his rations. The horse was doing well, it seems. He'd a phone line to the south. He was getting all these racing tips straight from the horse's mouth. He was the first to hear the word when the favourite got a cough, or some particular jockey was due to get chucked off. He was some kind of fixer for the bookies in Hong Kong. He could adjust the odds a bit when the betting was too strong. The punters blamed the jockeys for easing up on the gas, but one word from him and Tony McCoy got dumped off on his ass. The gates were opened up each day, sharp at 7 a.m, and the cows would march like soldiers down to the milking pen. No need to chase them homeward with whack or casual prod, and all of them were programmed not to skitter down the road. Milk production zoomed at once, for each one gave her all, with her perfect balanced diet and her soothing milking stall. And if the vet would have to come, no mess did it entail. He had a network socket he plugged in beneath each tail. No need for arms inserted deep in rectal penetration. He could see the details all on screen in graphic presentation. It could even formulate a cure with drugs and balms and potions for tender tits or crumpled horns, or thin and greenish motions. When it come to breeding, there was some queer change in that. We had always used the AI man, the bull with the bowler hat. These cows got on the internet, and God knows what they found. Great big blondie Swedish bulls that were dangling to the ground. Primrose Belle and Daisy May all took their pick, and then Ulrika took a fancy to a massive bull called Sven. Each cow in turn picked out her mate, the one she fancied most, and their love was consummated and delivered parcel post. The sheep lived up the mountainside in the warmer summer climes, and I'd send owl Shep to round them up to check them out at times. But none of that owl whistling stuff. When you wanted him till turn, you called him on his mobile phone, provided it was on. The ram was wearing diamond rings and a fancy leather jacket. He said he was a businessman and making quite a packet. He had his own wee website called Fat and Fluffy Llamas, with pictures of our younger ewes in baby doll pyjamas. It seems he hired them out to blokes whose love life was not grand, and invested all the profits in a bank in the Isle of Man. A squad went off each weekend to Drumsill and Carrickmore to wait outside the dance hall for boys that didn't score. But of course it ended up in tears, like most good things in life, for I thought that I would ask them to computerise the wife. All the parts was working now, but some things sagged a bit. If you seen her in her birthday suit, you might think it didn't fit. The engine was still going strong, but the gearbox was away. She could hardly even climb the stairs to bring me up my tay. So they fitted her with microchips and a wee recharging socket. I won't tell you where it was. And she flew around doing housework big jippers like a rocket. She started on them fitness things till her strength become a menace. Her legs developed muscles like yon blade that plays the tennis. She used to lift the sofa up to hoover down below it. One day I was lying on it and she didn't even know it. On her memory it was perfect, all recorded on CD, and then replayed in stereo to prove how wrong I'd be. I had to watch each thing it said, even if it made no sense, for every word was taken down and used in evidence. Then she got on the internet, along with them damn cows, and found out what she'd been missing. Oh, by God, there was some rows. It seems that other men did things about which I knew nothing. Like buying bloody birthday cards or helping with the shopping. So life become a torture from early morn till night. No matter what I said or did, she knowed it wasn't right. And even in the dark of night, she always wanted more. It ended up I had to steal that stuff that fed the boer. There was only the one answer, so I got out the phone book and rung the ministry boyo to get me off the hook. But he says you've signed the dotted line and there's no way you can jip. So I'm going in tomorrow to get myself a microchip.